Hello, I'm Dr. Lise Hernandez, and this is your health television and radio program. We have been speaking about summer sun and safety this show, as today is the first day of summer. So we've talked a lot about summer safety. We've talked about sunscreens, we talked about pools and beaches, but now we get to do the fun part. So I have with me today Lise Belton, who is the Associate Executive Director of the Salinas Community YMCA. And she's going to talk to us about some of the activities there at the YMCA and how to keep ourselves and especially our kids interested and active during the summer. Most times we think summer as being a time when the kids are out running around, enjoying the weather, but it is actually a hard time to keep them engaged and also keep them in activities that are safe, fun, and good for them. So I thank Lise for coming today.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Great. So how do parents go about finding some of the information about some of the summer activities that you offer, especially at the YMCA?
Well, I think first of all, when parents are looking for an activity for their children or for their family to participate in, they first go about it purposefully. They want to find out what is their objective. So the best objective, I think, for a summer activity is that it's an opportunity for a family to have fun, for them to relax together. They don't have deadlines. There's no homework, hopefully, unless they're in summer school. But they have more time to spend to spend together. They have an opportunity to go to new places, to learn new things, see new things, and create family memories. So those are the best opportunities. But the reality is that many parents are working during the summer, and so child care is an important focus. And especially for parents who have kids who are younger, they want a safe place for those children to go, and hopefully not a place that's just where the kids are being watched,
right,
but where they're being engaged by caring people, by caring adults. And then for older kids, they don't want their children sitting in front of a camera or sitting in front of a television or a video screen or just hanging around with people they might get in trouble with. And so, again, they're looking for a safe place with engaged adults. Another reason for activities is child enrichment. And I think this explains the popularity of specialty camps. Mm-hmm. There are camps that maybe are a week-long session that focus on cooking or theater or arts. At the YMCA, we have camps that focus on sports, so football, cheer, volleyball, teaching fundamental basics of sports or honing in on more advanced skills. But they're more directed at creating interest and basing it on what the child likes to do. And then there are people who focus on a further element, and that is volunteering and mentoring. So these are the families that may send their child or go as a family to impoverished countries and help build schools or help earthquake victims, those types of things. So the YMCA really looks at all of these purposes as important, but a further purpose for the activity is to fulfill what the YMCA feels are 4 core values, and that is caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. So all the programs we offer at the Y do try to espouse at least one of those qualities. And so a successful activity for your child or for your family would not only help your physical or mental well-being, but it would also be something new that you're learning. It would create a positive value in your life, and it would be an opportunity to strengthen your family and build bonds and relationships with other people. And they're lifestyle based. They're not just a gap from the last day of school to the first day of school. They're lifestyle activities that could be done all year round and have benefits that last a lifetime.
Yeah, I was a YMCA kid,
Mm-hmm.
Summer camp kid on the East Coast, so I do recall that. And I won't say how many years ago that was, but I did remember enjoying those camps. And when a parent picks a camp, you mentioned that it sounds like you have opportunities for kids of all ages. What's the youngest that you
Well, for our camps, we go, some places go from 3 on, They have like preschool type camps where they just keep them sort of in-house. Our camps at the Salinas Community YMCA are from 5 to about 14.
Okay.
And you'll see that as they get to those older levels, they'll become more like counselors as opposed to campers.
Yep.
And so it's really fun to see that that progression in the kids as they work their way through. A lot of them start at 5 and continue going through till they're 14 and then become counselors.
Wow. And what kind of activities do they do in the local chapter, in the Salinas Community Chapter, in terms of camps?
Well, in our day camp, which is has been going on for a long time, there's a few different elements. One is, of course, using the facility of the YMCA. So there are activities where they do rock climbing, because we have a rock climbing wall. They do their group games and their small group activities with the counselors. They have a campfire, even though it's not a fire, they have campfires. They go swimming in the pool, of course. They play basketball in the gymnasium. So we do a lot of things at the building itself, but we also take them around the neighborhood. So they may go to the library, because we're near Old Town, on 117 Clay. And so we'll take them to the library. There are several local parks that we can walk to. And then or usually one day a week, the different age groups will go on a trip. So sometimes it's close by, like to the farm on 68 or Wild Things on River Road. Or we'll take them to Monterey to the aquarium. Or some of the other trips that are being planned are going kayaking at the Elkhorn Slough. So one lucky group gets to do that.
Yeah.
Going to Natural Bridges State Park and going to the Discovery Museum up in San Jose. And I think one group is even going to a baseball game at the A's Stadium. So there are activities that they might not otherwise be able to do because their family doesn't have time or the resources to get there. But they're not just fun. They're an opportunity to learn something, explore culture, explore the local environment, so they know more about their community.
Wow, that sounds like there's a lot of things to do at the YMCA this summer. You mentioned resources, so I want to ask about that. What do you say to parents that are having difficulties with finances because the economy is still pretty tough? Are there resources or other ways that parents can help parents finance a summer session or summer camp?
There are. Of course, in Monterey County itself, there are a lot of activities that one can do that are free. You know, again, libraries have a lot of activities that engage kids. The beaches, going to the bike trails, going to the Bureau of Land Management areas. So there's a lot of free things. But if you want to come to the Y, unfortunately, we do have to charge for those services. Otherwise, we won't be able to continue to offer them. However, we try to make them really affordable. That is one of our tenets, that we make things as affordable as possible. And for those situations where it's still not affordable for people, we offer financial assistance. It is one of our goals to not turn people away because of financial need. So when people come in to enroll for something, there is a process, an application process for financial assistance. And based on certain factors, we try to help those families as much as we can so that they can enjoy our facilities and our programs.
So a summer session at the camp, it sounds like some of the camps are short ones that are about a week long and others are longer. Is that the case?
They're all pretty much based on a week.
Okay.
The sports camps are definitely a week. So there's a week of football, there's a week of soccer, a week of cheer. But the day camps, they run by the week, but we have up to 8 available, 8 or 9. I think we just finished one. So you can choose to do all of those weeks, and then your whole summer's taken care of because they go up to when school starts, or you can do a week here and a week there.
Right.
A lot of people, I think, look at the calendar and decide based on where the trip is that week. So you can cut down your expenses quite a bit by just offering 1 or 2 weeks at a time.
Okay. And it sounds like all the camps are centered in the Salinas headquarters on Clay Street, and then you go from there out to your trips, or
That's correct.
And do you have a football or soccer field there?
We don't have a football or soccer field, so we've been trying to connect with our local community. So our soccer camp is out at Constitution Field. We're using one of those fields. The football camp, we're very excited. We're partnering with LaSalle High School to use that stadium, and actually their coach is going to be heading that. So we're very excited about that. And actually that brings up a good point, because in that sort of partnering, as a charitable organization, the YMCA is very conscious of communities that have difficulties affording things that make them healthy and that offer good opportunities. And one of those communities is the LaSalle. So we actually do offer a swim program and a day camp program in LaSalle, where it's not at 117 Clay, but it's within walking distance for the people in that community. It's open to the public, so anybody can go, but the people in that community can easily walk. So the day camp is run in LaSalle Community School, and the swim lessons are offered every afternoon, Monday through Friday, at LaSalle High School.
And is that for kids, the swim lessons, or is that for any person that wants to
I think most of the lessons are for kids, and that's something I'd have to check on for you, because we, of course, offer adult swim lessons at the Y.
Right.
And I'm not sure how they break them up at LaSalle. I think most of the kids come, and there's 3 lesson opportunities, and then there's rec swim the last hour.
Oh, that's very nice. So you've told me a lot about the offerings at the YMCA. You've told me about the camps. But one thing I forgot to ask, how do you find out about all this information? Is there a phone number or a website that we should use to get the information?
There is. There's actually the Central Coast YMCA is an association, and it has 5 branches, and so the Salinas branch is one of them. So the website is www.centralcoastymca.org. And if you look at that, then you can go to the different branches: Salinas, Monterey, Watsonville, Hollister, and Soledad. You can find the contact information. Their programs are slightly different, but a lot of them are in common, so you can go directly to those. If you have more questions, you can call me directly at the Salinas Y, which is at 831-758-3811.
Okay, can you give the website again and the phone number? Because I was hoping we'd have it up on the screen, but I don't think we have it up. So go ahead and say it again if you don't mind.
And slowly. www.centralcoastymca.org.
Okay.
And then the phone number in Salinas is 831-758-3811.
Well, great. And you mentioned that you're part of a network of the Central Coast YMCA. So there's also one a YMCA down in Soledad, and there's one on the peninsula in Monterey. And very similar offerings, but just a little different, potentially based on community interest?
Based on community interest, and also the facility. The Salinas facility has a gym and a swimming pool and the basketball court. The Monterey office doesn't, so they use some community facilities. I think Soledad also doesn't have a facility, but they partner with the city. And they use facilities there. So they're all just sort of set up a little bit differently. Watsonville has a facility as well. And we have the biggest facility that offers the most comprehensive activities.
Oh, great. Well, sounds like we should go to that website and get information both about the summer offerings as well as the camps. And do you know of any other resources for parents to use for summer camps or for summer activities?
There are quite a few, and if you have access to the web, that's probably the best place to look. You can look at mbaykids.com. That has a huge variety of activities that are day-long, week-long, and cover a huge range of interests. So that's a terrific resource. I think word of mouth is one of the best ones. Ask your friends what their kids are doing this summer. That's usually how you find out if one, there'll be some other kids there for your kids to be social with, and if they're happy and satisfied with what they've gotten for for their money.
Yeah, that's definitely important. I know that looking at my kids' summer sessions, it's kind of looking at what did you do last summer and
Right.
kind of sharing.
Right.
So one thing is looking at the website for Central Coast YMCA, MBay Kids, which is MBAY Kids. KIDS.org. And then another one that I saw that is something is Children's Power Play Campaign. And that you can contact someone by the name of Andrea Estrada. And she's at 831-796-2898. And that again is 831-796-2898. And that is specifically for community events and activities for kids during the summer.
And I think, too, another good place to look, again, living on the Central Coast and having such temperate weather, if you go to the Monterey County website,
Yes.
To learn about the beaches and different outdoor types of activities, that's a great place to look to.
Well, thank you very much, Lisa. I appreciate your time and your information. I hope that we've learned, I know I've learned a lot about summer sun and safety this session, and I hope that this helps you have a fun and happy summer. Please remember to use the website at mchd2010@gmail.com. Actually, that's an email to give us your questions. Our next show will be on preparedness, how to prepare yourself in an emergency or disaster. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. This is Your Health Radio and Television program.